All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Q&A live stream number 53. It is approximately 8:20 right here on the East Coast in New Jersey. So, we have a couple of things to go over today. So I don't know about Comac yet. Like I said, I don't know exactly what's happening with that. They're saying that the inventory was moved out, which would be a real shame if that is true, because that is pretty much what my Long Island trip was centered around. But it really sucks that a landlord, doesn't really care, and he's not going to make any exceptions. I mean, I get it; it's real estate, but COVID should at least give them a chance to say goodbye. Um, Harrisburg, I just called Harrisburg Macy's, and they're running their liquidation sales. So it's just mind-boggling to me. So hopefully the rumors aren't true, but I don't know. It sounds like this person I talked to on Facebook today had people that were working there, and that the inventory was completely moved out, which would be a real shame. And then it's kind of a waste to go out there, Makes sense. Hi, Dylan D. Jesus. How are you? Hello, Elevators of Steel City by Otis Elevator Fan 102. How are you? So yeah, so I don't know about Macy's and Comac right now. I am hoping that the rumors are not true. I'm hoping maybe it's just somebody who worked at a store, but I don't know. 10 students due to coronavirus. So yeah, but yeah, and this is the other problem too. The politicians around here waited way too long to reopen up the economy. I get it. They wanted to get the curve to flatten, and I guess it was smart, but also at the same time, I mean, look, Sears at Smith Haven and Kmart at Penn Station was my fault. I take the blame for that. I should have went earlier. But like I said, I had school, so it wasn't as easy to go there as you think. Nordstrom's Freehold, nobody expected that one. And now Macy's and Comac is not going to reopen to the public, which is just, I don't know. I hope it's not true, because that would really suck if that is true. So the next thing I want to talk about is a possible hotel trip. I don't know exactly what the percentage of this is, but it all depends on how one thing goes. I'm looking at a couple hotels down in like South Jersey near Atlantic City. It's quite possible on Father's Day, because I do have relatives that live down there. I may or may not be going down there for Father's Day, and it all depends on how everything goes. I don't know what's going to happen yet, but I don't know. I can't really say anything yet about that. The next thing I want to talk about is more of the trips coming up. So depending on how this thing with Macy's and Comac goes, I personally don't know if I'm going to make the trip out to Long Island. I personally would hate to take the train all the way out there just to see two Schindlers. I really wanted to see the Seabird, but now it's I don't know. It's not looking too good to go and see it, because now, from what I hear, at least online, they said the inventory was pretty much moved out. And it really sucks that the landlord just didn't care. He pushed and pushed and pushed for a BJ's Wholesale Club. He wanted a BJ's Wholesale Club so badly in that space. It's like he didn't even care about the department store. He's like, sorry, this lease is ending in June of 2020. You have to be out of here. So clearly the landlord doesn't give a flying F about Macy's, because otherwise he would have kept the store and let the store have a proper liquidation send-off. But instead, because of the lease running out during the coronavirus pandemic, he doesn't really care, which is a shame. It's also the same thing, too, with Nordstrom's at Freehold. Nordstrom's at Freehold, it was like, sorry, due to the current stance of the COVID-19 pandemic, we have to permanently close the store, and the public cannot come back in this store ever again. So to me, and it's sad, because Nordstrom's and Freehold, 252 people are going to be out of a job. I don't know how many in Macy's and Comac are out of a job, but I'm sure it's a pretty good chunk. But 252, and only some can transfer to Nordstrom's Rack in Monmouth County and Menlo Park and Cherry Hill. So, I think it is still ridiculous that they couldn't do liquidation sales for those Nordstrom stores, which they should have. But nope, because of the COVID-19 pandemic and the governments. I mean, Nordstrom's, that was a corporate thing. That was a corporate thing. That was across the country. So that was a big corporate thing. That wasn't going to change. But the fact, see, and this is what I don't understand. Harrisburg Macy's right now has opened up, and it's 40% off in liquidation sale, which I don't even know if I'm going to get there at this point. But Macy's and Comac, sorry, due to the excitement of the BJ's Wholesale Club, there's nothing special about a BJ's Wholesale Club. Look, I'm sorry, I have one near my house. It is nothing special. Oh, we want it because it makes money for the town. That whole area, at least along Veterans Memorial Highway, that they don't need to put a BJ's Wholesale Club there. There's no reason to put a BJ's Wholesale Club there. It's the landlord wanting a anchor that is a cash cow for the mall. That's why he wants it in there. Look, he doesn't want it because he wants it, but he sees that BJ's Wholesale Club is very profitable, and he sees that that location is very profitable. But again, what stinks is that people didn't even get a chance to say goodbye because of the coronavirus pandemic. But I don't know. I hope it's not true, but it sounds like it's looking like it's more like it's true, which is just very unfortunate. I mean, yay, I don't have to spend money, but I don't know. Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers that it's not true, but I don't know at this point. Hi Alex, elevator fan, how are you? So yeah. And I might be doing another mall trip too if I do go down there. I was actually just looking at hours for some anchor stores at another mall called the Ocean County Mall. And if all goes into place with that, it could be a possibility, but don't hold your breath about it. It's a wait and see thing. Oh no, that was Hudson Bay's fault. That was not Lord and Taylor's fault. That was Hudson Bay's fault. Hudson Bay destroyed that in 1969 Dover. That was not Lord and Taylor's fault. That was Hudson Bay's fault. They destroyed the Dover, which I can't get over that either. Destroying a 1969 Dover elevator. Yes, it's old. Yes, I get it. But, you could have done – think about Macy's Brunswick Square. They put a Canton pump in there, and they didn't have to ruin the cab. But no, Hudson Bay wanted to completely destroy a classic and good-looking elevator, not just a good elevator motor and cab, but a classic-looking cab with something that is just disgusting. I don't understand that. Why? What is the purpose of doing that? What is the purpose of destroying a classic vintage cab and a classic and vintage elevator? Yes, I get it. Elevators need a modernization after a certain number of years. I get that. But you destroy something with something that's even crappier. I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know. It's a shame. It's a real shame, that one too. But man, Macy's Comac. I already took the loss of Sears and Smith Haven. I already took the loss of Kmart at Penn. Took the Nordstrom's loss. No one expected that one. But man, Macy's Comac. And I've been talking about this for months now. I've been talking about this since March. Since March, I wanted to go there. And I couldn't go at first because all that. So, hi, Carlos hates COVID-19. How are you? So, but I don't know. It's a shame. I guess people just don't think anymore. It's a shame. I guess people just don't really care. They care more about making profit revenues rather than preserving classic and vintage department stores. I guess people just don't think anymore. It's a real shame too, but what can you do? Not much you can really do. So, personally, I hope the Comac thing isn't true, but I don't know at this point. And the other thing is, too, the politicians in New York kept their economy closed for way too long. So that was the other problem. They waited way too long to reopen up. If they would have opened up, Macy's and Comac would have had a chance to have a liquidation sale. But, it is just beyond ridiculous to me. So 8:30 p.m. Oh, you do live in NJ? Oh, so do you live near the Here, I'm gonna actually try and angle this a little bit better. Do you live near the Englewood store? I'm not Englewood. Woodbridge Center. Sorry. Yes, they're considering it. They are very much considering. Sorry, I just have to flip this picture over here. That's better. Yeah, they're considering closing a couple of other stores, which is just a real shame. There's a lot of closings. I mean, it's a real shame. There's so many of them, so many closings. Oh, you live near Woodbridge? Yeah, Sears is done at Woodbridge Center. They're done. Lord and Taylor finished up earlier this year, so it's a shame. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know when Hershey Park is going to open up. I heard it was July. I'm hoping earlier, but I don't know yet. Hi, New Jersey Transit Rail fan, or how are you? I live in Pennsylvania. Who's currently in the green phase? Oh, nice. Nice, very nice. Hey, New Jersey. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it's just a real shame. But yeah. But anchor stores in malls that have exterior entrances in New Jersey are expected to open up on Monday. Some stores are delaying a little bit, but they're going to open up as soon as possible. Wonder when JCPenney Roosevelt Field is going to open up. Oh wow. Okay, so JCPenney's doing it. Northeast, they're opening up on Wednesday. Let's see. Yep, opening up Wednesday. Nothing yet on Lord and Taylor. I know I'm live. I'm just looking to see other hours. Macy's closed. Yeah, they haven't unveiled anything yet, but we'll just have to wait and see. Oh, nice. Ocean City, Maryland. Yes, that's correct. I'm pretty good. Thanks for asking. Yeah, Taubman is going to continue to own Short Hills, which is a good thing. I think the Simon Taubman thing would have been a disaster, but at least Simon gets to hold on to Livingston. So maybe there's hope for that mall after all. Oh, Diesel Lucy's live. Okay. I thought it was just a thing where only 4 people are allowed. Do you know which elevator in particular they were saving it for? Really? That's interesting. Wow, I didn't know everybody else was live. Okay, so maybe I'll end this quickly because I don't want to take away from there. Oh, he just went live now. Okay. Yeah, I know. I didn't know the Floridian was live. Yeah, I'm gonna do another Q&A tomorrow. It's just I have a little bit more energy today, and yeah, so That's why I'm kind of just being on here for a little bit. I'm also bored as heck, and I pretty much spent the whole day doing schoolwork, so I'm kind of bored and stuff. Oh, because there's not really a mall to go to. I mean, the only option right now is going to be going into the anchor stores. I can't really do much more than that. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that Diesel Ducey was live. That's interesting. I also finally shaved it. I needed it. I just couldn't do my hair anymore on my face. But yeah, Comac Macy's, I'm still I'm very bizarre about that. Like what I don't understand is you're running a liquidation sale in Harrisburg, right? Hear me out. You're running a Macy's liquidation sale in Harrisburg, but yet you can't run one in Comac because a landlord wants it to be knocked down so badly. I don't get the connection here. There's no connection. It's a misconnection. It's a greedy landlord who clearly wants Macy's out as soon as possible. So I don't know the exact date that was on that contract, but man, he should have honored the extension due to the COVID-19 pandemic. But we all know these landlords only care about one thing, and that's taking home their precious paycheck. So yeah. Nothing on Sears right now. No other Sears stores are closing except Pennsylvania. They're going to be closing 2 more Kmart stores, Walnutport and Columbia, but nothing in New Jersey and New York as of right now. Oh, nice. Yeah, I got a haircut I think 2 weeks ago, so I should be okay before mid-July. So by then the barbershop lines will die down. And that was my week. Pretty good. It's just, yeah, I hope Neiman Marcus stays open and JCPenney. I clearly don't get the connection, the misconnection between Macy's and Harrisburg can run their liquidation sales and Comac can't because of a greedy landlord. No word on Sears and Hackensack as of right now. I don't have anything to inform on that. Yeah, no, there's only 3 Sears stores left in New Jersey: Hackensack, Rockaway, and Newport, and Sears in Long Island. What's it called? There's only 2 locations: Valley Stream and Westfield Sunrise. You know, I think the greedy landlord just wanted them out. And, well, you got to remember, too, the BJ's Wholesale Club, the landlord wanted a BJ's Wholesale Club so badly. So, you know, I mean, he got his wish. I think those are going to run their liquidation sales, those JCPenney stores, I believe. I hope it's not true. It would really suck if it is, because then that pretty much kills my whole purpose of going out there. Remember, my whole purpose to go out there, well, first it was for Sears of Smith Haven. Then that closed on April 11th. And you got to remember, at the time, that's when coronavirus, at least here in this region, was peaking. And then Kmart and Penn both were closed, done, not going to reopen up again. Then you had so Macy's and Comac to find out about that. I think I found out about it yesterday, but I just hope it's not true. Yeah, the Sears stores in New Jersey at least are. I mean, the closest one is maybe less than 30 minutes away from me. It's in Hackensack. Rockaway is a bit of a drive, but I would do it because it's one of the classic Otis ones, and Newport Center's an Otis Series one. Yeah, Woodbridge closed on April 11th, and so did New Brunswick too. Or I think New Brunswick may have closed April 19th. And also the Moorestown Mall also closed, but that was a Schindler, and that was really nothing special to go film. Yeah, Green Acres Mall and Westfield Sunrise. Those are the only 2 left in Long Island. Because Westfield South Shore closed back in 2015 when Westfield jacked up the rent. and Sears couldn't afford it. No, I don't think JCPenney's looking to leave Quaker Bridge anytime soon. Yes, Sears Woodbridge, absolutely. Yeah, that was an old Abraham and Straus. It's a shame, but I mean, I went, and I'm glad I went during Christmas. I'm like, this might be my final time in the store, and yeah, just I happen to be correct. Yeah, but Woodbridge used to be an Abraham and Straus, so yes, that is a huge loss, and so is New Brunswick too. Both Sears stores in Middlesex County share a significance. The Sears in Woodbridge, at least, used to be an Abraham and Straus. It became Sears in 1995. No Auto Center, obviously, but yeah, it was an old Abraham and Straus store. And the Sears in New Brunswick, another store also located in the same county of Middlesex County, was one of the two freestanding Sears and Roebuck stores left in the state of New Jersey, and actually one of the last elevators I filmed right before COVID peaked. Yeah. Hicksville, yes, because that's also a freestanding store. That store shares a lot of similarities with the New Brunswick one, like very similar. And Watchung too, but that's bad. Yeah, that closed April 11th. It's gone. That's gone. It's a shame. But I'm glad I went during the holidays last year. I have no regrets behind that one. Yeah, I didn't really go to Sears that much, but I've been in Hackensack before. I mean, I don't know when it's going to open up. Let me actually check Sears Rockaway because that might have a good indicator of when Hackensack is going to open up. Thursday. Oh, wow. I think they're opening up Friday. Wow. Rockaway's JCPenney Rockaway is probably opening up on Wednesday. Yep. I think they're doing it as a whole regional thing, which is actually smart. I don't think Lord and Taylor is going to open up anytime soon. I don't think. I think they're going to come back very slowly, I guess. Both are very significant, and they're both very special places. The Gertz in Hicksville is certainly a little bit more of a loss than the Abraham and Straus in Woodbridge. And the reason I say that is because the Gertz opened up in Hicksville in 1956 as the Gertz flagship on Long Island. Also, at the time when it opened up, it was the tallest suburban department store in the United States of America, which then closed in 2020. So that was more of a loss. Yeah, they did file for bankruptcy, but I haven't heard anything about that. I don't think so, unless you count Freehold at least. Oh, makes sense. I guess they didn't want to maintain a Montgomery A series. Sorry about that, guys. My mom just came upstairs. Yeah, I missed the Macy's in Hicksville too. That was certainly a loss. Macy's in Hicksville. Yeah, it was a sad store, but it's unfortunate. I'm glad I went to it. No regrets making that trip on the train. Thank God I did. I miss it too, honestly. Those armors were beautiful. They ran beautifully, and I'm glad I got a shot of them before they closed. I hope to get to Comac, but from what I'm seeing on Facebook on this group called Department Stores Matter, I don't know if that's going to be reality, unfortunately. I don't regret going there. That was literally the best. And not only that, the train schedules were so flexible. It was just simple. It was so simple. Unfortunately, it was a bit of a trip, but the trains were very flexible. It was one train to transfer Penn Station to go out on the Long Island Railroad. It wasn't a bad ride, actually, and it was quite an experience. But I said I was going to do it, so I mean, I had to do it at some point, but I wasn't going to miss out on it, and I'm glad I didn't. They're going to reopen. I don't know when they're going to do the liquidation sales at this point. Hey, Scott, how are you, man? Yeah, the right was decommissioned. They put up a giant panel, and the whole, made sense, though. And it kind of told, and they downsized. And it kind of, little indicators like that can tell you what direction the store is going to go in the next couple of years. Yeah, I went in February, which I should have made a following trip to Smith Haven and Kmart at Penn Station. But trust me, I don't know why I didn't do that, which I should have. I really should have. But anyways, can we go over the 5 Kmart locations around Bergen County? It's been closed in a while. Sure. Okay, so let's go back to 2014. In the country, I think New York City is the last one with an elevator. I think in lower Astor in New York City, I think is the last elevator one. It was Maintain Co. Yeah. Okay, so it was 2014, Christmas 2014. The first Kmart to announce a closure was the Kmart store in Paramus, and it has since become an arena. In 2015, it was announced that Kmart in Closter, New Jersey would be closing, and that has now since been developed into a mini Target store, a Whole Foods, and a Home Goods. In 2016, it was announced that Kmart in Lodi, New Jersey would be closing, and that's where I almost got charged with trespassing for filming on private property of Transform Co., or Sears at least at the time. In late 2017, it was announced that Sears and Paramus Park would close, and then in 2018, it was announced that Kmart in Elmwood Park would close, and then after that Kmart closed, Westwood was the last man standing in Bergen County. Also, in later 2018, you had other Kmart closures such as Wayne. That was a significant one too. So really the only Kmart left in my area. The closest one to me is in Belleville and Kearney, which I'm surprised that none of them have started liquidation sales yet, but I know that the day is coming soon for those locations, and I'll be making them videos. I believe it was due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and King and Stop and Shop was actually also supposed to merge with King Cullen, but once again, due to the COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic, that merger also broke as well, and then Macy's and Comac. So you can see all these mergers kind of broke at the same time. No, there's not a reopening. Eddie Lampert is at it again. What is Eddie Lampert doing this time? I haven't heard him closing any more stores. What about the ones in Morris County? There's no longer a Kmart in Morris County, or at least nearby there. Kmart Press the last one closed in West Orange, and that closed, I believe, the day of the Super Bowl. That's when that Kmart closed. So that was a very long time ago when that one closed. Lodi. They didn't want me filming. I believe they were going to call the cops, which would have been a stupid reason to call the cops. Okay, I love elevators. Nice. Thanks for joining the live stream. We'll see you next time. Oh, your analyst. Yeah, the one in Morris County, I think they closed. There was one on Route 10, I believe, and that has been closed for a while now. But yeah, the only Kmart's left in New Jersey are Westwood, Avenel, Kearney, and Belleville. Those are the only ones left. Sears, there is only one Sears in Morris County, and that's at Rockaway Town Square. Yeah, Parsippany. That was the Kmart. But Sears and Rockaway is the last store in Morris County. And once that closes, there will no longer be a Sears and Kmart store within that region, which I'm sure that store's closure date at this point is coming any day now. So, anyways, all this really just sucks. So, anyways, so nice and quiet in here. It's nice to, yeah, it's just nice and quiet. You know, I can think and stuff. Yeah, that could be next. Eatontown? No, it's not an upscale mall. I've played Kahoot before. Well, that's New York City for you. That's why I don't really film in New York City that much. The Alex Elevator fan, it hasn't changed yet with Ohio, so I'm not going to do that at the moment. I get New York City. I get that they're trying to, they got to protect their asses. And like I said, Century 21 leases the space, so it's not like they own the building. So there might very well be a no photography or filming video with a camera photography policy by the building owner. I don't know yet what tomorrow is going to look like for me. I will definitely try and do another Q&A live stream tomorrow if I can. Um, but right now I don't know. It depends on how I feel tomorrow. Oh, Fairfax, Virginia. Yeah. Yeah, I think the biggest Sears loss is going to be Hackensack because that is historical. That is a historical building. And there's actually an Otis Crank freight elevator in there. Probably not a bad idea. It doesn't make you look obvious. That's what I've been trying to do nowadays. I typically bring in a phone if it's just a high security building. Why do they pick on us filmers? I think they have to do it because I think it's part of their security precautions. I think that's why. I mean, I still can't. I mean, I'm still a little bit upset about Riverside. I think that was taken way too far. I think that first of all, demanding for me to delete footage and then threatening to call the police on me. That's not a way to handle a situation like that. New York City, I could see why, but a mall in Hackensack, New Jersey, no. I mean, even then, I think that whole thing is a joke. And every time I've gone back there, they now have a guard there because they know about my channel. I am sure I can bet your bottom dollar the general manager of that mall has seen my videos. I personally don't really care. You know, thanks for the views. I take it as thank you, ma'am. Thank you for viewing my videos, but it's whatever. No, I have not been to Steamtown Mall. It's unfortunate too. Hey, Matt, how are you, man? I thought that was the Hilton. I don't think he stayed at Hilton. Yeah, Hilton gave him a problem, and he was a guest there. I would be outraged. I'm saying you better get the general manager down here in the next 5 minutes. This is an outrage. I'm a guest here. No, it already opened. It already opened. They're at 40% off in liquidation sales. Oh, Scranton, Pennsylvania. No, I haven't been to Scranton before. I'm sure he was. They probably they probably didn't want bad publicity, which makes sense. I mean, you know what? He was a guest staying there. He had every right to tell him, this is what he wants to do, and because he remember he this is a company booked it for him, and he deserves to do what he loves. So it's a shame a New York security guard has to take that away from him. But I'm glad he went to the front desk and explained the situation. I've seen the video before. I totally agree with what Reams did. He was absolutely right. He said, I should be. I'm a guest. I paid to stay here, or whatever the company booked it for him or something. I don't know how that works, but yeah, that's why. They started it on Monday. So right now the items, according to what they just said, what I called them on the it's a voicemail thing, and right now the liquidation sales are 40% off. Me too. I'm glad he lost his job. He deserved to lose his job. You can't do that. I mean, did I really say Hotel 101? Yeah, I guess I'll refer to what I said on a previous. Yeah, I mean that is Hotel 101. You don't harass a guest who is trying to take a video, especially for a guest that has paid to stay there. That's mistreatment that's hospitality 101. I'm actually in a hospitality course right now, and you got to treat your guests well, especially you have to let them do. They paid to stay there and they want to do what they want to do. I mean, I've filmed in hotels before, and they've never really given me a problem, So, yeah, I've been to Wildwood a couple of times. It's about 3 hours from where I live. It's quite a ride to Wildwood. It's about 3 hours down the you take from here you have to get on the turnpike to get on the parkway. It's a pretty long drive for a beach at that point. Yeah, that's pretty far away from Pittsburgh. Harrisburg, probably from Pittsburgh, is about 3 hours, I think. Well, that I'm also surprised about, but I think the problem was he got somebody who didn't want to be on camera, and that's why he got harassed. So that was his own fault, but I think the problem is they took it to another level. Yeah. But they told him to leave, and he obviously on private property you don't have much of a choice. If you are asked to leave, you have to leave. That's 101 right there. But I don't know. I personally don't care for Macy's at Herald Square. I don't really care for it, except the Otis escalators. Yes, of course, all the tolls. Oh, yeah, tolls are not fun. And in New Jersey, they're raising them up, but with good reason. They want to actually do capital improvements on the roads, which is smart. If I ever, make when I eventually do get a job, I definitely want to. I would definitely pay for the tolls. Absolutely. If it's going to be capital improvements on interstates and highways, yeah, I'll pay for it. I will definitely pay for it. Wow, it got dark quick. It got dark quick. Yeah, my actually no. My brother has Easy Pass and my dad has Easy Pass, but my mom doesn't because she doesn't really travel that much. So there's no really need for her to have Easy Pass, but my dad does. My dad uses Easy Pass. Oh, I think one of my parents, I think, just pulled the car in the driveway. That's interesting. Thrown out of security for an unknown reason. That's not very specific, but okay.
True or false? No, I don't think so. Bye, Alex, elevator fan. I don't know, but no, I don't know Rachel Ritt. I don't know. Oh, nice. So, awesome. All right, guys, I think I'm going to end the stream, so we'll see you guys on Friday.